I have been spoiled. This is literally the first video ever on my channel that is going to be about a Barcelona loss. Actually, no, because I made a video about us losing to Inter de Milan, but so far, since I'm starting to be more consistent on this channel, this has been the first video so far from this season that has been a negative. And that's crazy because Barcelona has given me so many highs. I went from having the best week of my life to now the worst day. I hate Sunday. I hated yesterday. I hated everything about yesterday. I hated the sport. I never thought I hated the sport more than I did yesterday. Barcelona lost to Real Sociedad yesterday in probably the most controversial. That game had everything that you can possibly think of. Lost 2-1 in San Sebastián to Real Sociedad. And listen, I needed to have at least 24 hours to digest and actually proper explain what we, I don't even say what we witnessed yesterday. Listen, if you're new to the channel, like, share, and subscribe. And if you're not new, welcome back. And let's get into it. Listen, nothing, and I mean nothing, was going in our favor yesterday. And nothing was ever going to go in our favor yesterday because every single opportunity that we had to go to goal, every single opportunity that we shot on target, headed, crossed, whatever, everything was being denied from left, right, front, and center, up, down. We were being denied goals. Yesterday was just one of those games where nothing was going in our favor. It was just one of those games where no matter how hard you tried, how hard you wanted to score, it just wasn't our day. Yesterday was not Barcelona's day at all. It was one of those games where you said, okay, we can have 15 shots, but is one going to go in? No. Player performances yesterday, but I had to give it to one person, Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal got it. The way he was moving yesterday was absolutely unbelievable. I was left in shock. The way he was taking on 1, 2, 3, 4 men. I'm also going to give it to Pedri and De Jong. But Lamine Yamal yesterday, even though he didn't finish, even though he couldn't find the back of the net, but the way that he was moving yesterday was truly one of the best performances. Actually, he's had a lot of brilliant performances, but yesterday was probably one of my favorites, even though he didn't get a goal in. I said this before on here, and I'm going to say it again. We can't expect to compete in a Champions League. We cannot expect to compete in any big major trophy with the way we concede goals. The way we concede goals is horrific. The way this backline concedes, it is shocking. How are you going to tell me that we are down 1-0, Marcus Rashford comes in, subs on, makes it 1-1, and shortly after, a minute later, we concede a goal. 1 minute. 1 minute after the kickoff, we concede. We are not a serious institution when it comes to defending. Truly, we are not. I was left speechless. What do you mean? You already know nothing is going in your favor. You already know you are having a hard time in San Sebastián. You are having a hard time to find the back of the net. And you get one goal in. You make it 1-1. And you bozo defending for the next couple of minutes, gain composure, play smart. No, you concede 1 minute later. 1. And that literally sums up Barcelona's performances since last season. Because the goals that we have conceded even last season is the same way that we conceded yesterday. We are not going to be a serious footballing institution if we don't get our back line sorted. How is it possible that we were 4-5 points clear of Real Madrid in La Liga in the table, and now we let them only off by 1 point. 1 point behind us. How is it the team is buns. That team is buns. And we did the worst thing possible. We are giving them a chance. We are giving them a fighting opportunity to have the one up on us. If some way, somehow, this team manages to let Real Madrid win this league with the way they have been moving all season, this would be an embarrassment. This will be the most embarrassing thing to happen to this club. Forget Europa League, forget whatever. To let a team like Real Madrid in the state that they are in to come and win La Liga will be the most embarrassing thing to happen. Sack their manager that lost to Albacete. We did the worst thing possible. We let these people think, we let the fan base think that now they have a fighting chance in the league. The league doesn't end until May. It's not over till May. So it's very, very long up until then. But we let this come so close. It is unbelievable. Yesterday, we witnessed a lot of controversial calls. Gil Manzano. I and I mean ever, this league, this refereeing institution needs to never let you ref a game a day in your life ever again. Go find another job. Find another job. I'll give you my iPad to file for unemployment, because yesterday was unbelievable. It is so laughable how this league employs people like this man. Then you have Frenkie de Jong trying to speak. A captain should be able to speak to the referee. Our captain, who was Frenkie de Jong yesterday, tries to go and speak to the referee. And what does he get? He gets carded. What do you mean? So now the captains can't chat to you? Or you just don't want them to speak to you? And then you have the Lamine Yamal goal that gets ruled offsides. How was that offsides? I will not know. Apparently Lamine Yamal was offsides by like literally this much. You can't even see. Apparently he was, apparently he wasn't. I don't know. The question is though, was the ball touched by our player or was the ball touched by Real Sociedad's player? If the ball was touched by the Real Sociedad player, that goal should have stood. According to the rules, correct me if I'm wrong, because these rules seem to change every other month. If the ball was touched by the Real Sociedad player, it is not offsides. If the ball was touched by our player last, then it is offsides. This reminded me of last season when Lewa also had a very controversial call because he was offside. I think his big toe was offside by this much. I know whatever the rule is, it needs to be for everyone. Everyone needs to follow the same rules. It's the rule for just not Barcelona, Real Madrid. It's for everybody in the league. I had a feeling that yesterday's game was not going to be a walk in the park. When you go to play teams like Real Sociedad in San Sebastián, or when you go to play in San Mamés, for example, these places are difficult places to play at because of the atmosphere. But yesterday's game was not a game in which I expected for us to lose, if I'm being so honest. I knew there was a possibility for us not to be able to get a result, but at least walk away with 1 point. But the fact that we were able to concede 1 minute after we go to tie up the game is baffling. This team is not going to win any major trophy if our defense is still going to continue the same way. We can have the best attack in Europe. We can have the best player in the world on our team. But if we don't have a back line that stands on business, if we don't have a back line that doesn't concede goals like milk, we are cooked. And you know what they say, when it rains, it pours. Because who is out on injury as of this morning? Ferran Torres. Who do we play in the next round of the Copa del Rey, you may ask? Albacete. And Albacete, who is that team? Sounds familiar. Oh yeah, it's the team that Real Madrid just lost to in this past Copa del Rey round. And guess what we play this week, guys? We play Champions League this week. And guess what we have to do for these next 2 games? We have to win. We have to win. Obligatory. We have to win these next 2 games because I think we're in 12th or 14th place or something in the Champions League standings. We're going to play another round to qualify for the round of 16. Oh my God. What a start to a Monday. I went from being on cloud 9, from having the best week and a half, almost 2 weeks of my life in football, to not being so down. Don't let 11 men dictate your mood. Don't let the sport dictate your life. There's more to life than the sport. The sport is crap. Do not let 11 men make you happy, make you sad, make you mad. This is fake. They can go be in Cancun tomorrow and you're still going to be mad. Why?